All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Episode 20. All right. We had ourselves a killer fight.
That absolutely blew them away. Like, But
nearly froze my heart cold with the intensity.
But Mista was able to stand tall, straight, and proud, and blow his load into the adversary. Yeah.
And then the sun rose, and we had a golden experience. A gold experience.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We have also a situation where multiple parties are all going to be converging to the same location.
Mm-hmm.
Some parties are already in said location. Mista and Giorno being in the same location means certain things now, apparently.
Exactly.
At least that's what Narancia thinks.
And
there's only one real, I would say, threat with regards to the Hitman squad, and that's Risotto. But Risotto is one that's still kind of a mystery. We know what Malone can do with Babyface.
Yes.
And it's quite terrifying, but he needs to actually, prepare his stand,
Right.
Whereas long rest, restore his spell slots.
Exactly.
And, prepare, ritual cast,
No, he got taken out.
Oh, did he?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, he got taken out by the poisonous snake.
But this thing coming back. That's right. Yeah.
But the thing with the boss is that he might want, Giorno and everybody to be kind of silenced, maybe, so that way there's no evidence, which would be problematic.
Right. The problem is that they are transporting very precious cargo. Once the job is done, what use will he have for them? What use will they be?
Well, and they'll have information on him. Even if they don't know who he is, they'll know who his daughter is. They'll know where they took his daughter,
What I assume will happen is on some level there will be a cold drop, and they'll basically have to fight off Risotto at some point. And that will lead to basically just shit going down. Right. And if they're able to protect Trish, then things will go well. But if not, then things could get bad with the boss.
Yep.
And then, crazy stuff. But the crazy thing is that, y'all, this is like just the middle of the part.
I know. That's crazy to think about.
There's a lot of story still left to go. So, yeah, maybe the trail just kind of continues from here because the boss has to kind of outmaneuver Risotto.
Potentially. Maybe we'll get into Trish's stand and learn how that works.
Yeah, but let's find out this episode, y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. O matai sadame no ishi ni marude oshi subasarete Doko ni mo nigara ni nai Hisasura akagi nagara Dakedo akiramenai Gareki no soku ni Umorita Kibou no kera tachi Kito kono te de mitsuke rasu sa sekai o kaeru tame ni Fighting gold jibun no michi o Shinjita mono dake ga itsuka gagayakeru Inochi no kageri Kami ni mo sakarai Takazazu suzukeru Fukutsu no tamashi tachi yo Fighting gold. Weird, my voice is completely out for some reason.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's weird. Ooh, final order from the boss. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Oh dang.
That's not ominous
at
all.
That is very ominous. Final order. Oh, okay. But there's the potential for mercy, maybe? Oh. Right. Okay. Okay, so this is how he's covering the bases here.
San Giorgio?
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they're stand users, but... Gotcha.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, Bucciarati went. The simple boys, yeah. Ooh,
Hey,
yeah, nice callback, yeah. Maybe they can get some Caesar salad! Oh wait, no, he hasn't left yet. Okay. Oh, Jordan wants to go? Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, Bacchio.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Wait. Oh, no.
I think this is gonna be Bucciarati dying.
Yeah. He's bringing an item that it could be interpreted as some kind of...
Well, either way, maybe the reason he didn't specify was because the person that went would have to be killed to keep the secret.
Wow.
And, like, from a meta perspective, this would be the perfect time for it to happen. Oh, no.
All
this positivity.
You're
oh,
right.
No.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, no.
Yeah, the music is ominous.
This is not gonna go well.
This is beautiful. Like,
yeah.
Like the fact that there's no one here, you know?
Although, to be fair, Bucciarati would be the perfect person for making a getaway because...
Yeah, he can just slip through any barrier or what have you.
Oh, he's marking the way that they're taking.
Yeah. Oh, she's scared.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is all a misdirect, Jacob. Maybe this is... Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're just showing Bucciarati being such a good guy. Oh. Oh, okay.
Alright.
Alright. It could be okay, though. It could be okay. Oh. Oh. Wait. What? What just happened? Oh my god. Oh my god, we were wrong. We were wrong. Holy crap.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is intense.
Wait. I mean, I was wondering if maybe, like... Oh no.
Backstory crap, Jacob. No, no.
No, you can't do this, Araki.
Bruno. Oh, look at this awkward haircutted little boy. Oh, he's a mama's boy too. Oh.
そうね。気持ちも切り替えたいし、私はこの村を出ていくわ。両親は結婚10年目にして話し合いの結果、2人はブチャラティに一つの選択。
Oh, don't do that. Oh.
あなたは父さんと母さん、どちらと暮らしたい？あなたに決めてもらいたいの。母さんと一緒にこの村を出て都会に行きたいでしょ？母さんと暮らしたいわよね。一緒に来るわよね。
I mean, let him decide, right?
Yeah.
父さんと一緒に暮らすよ。
Yeah. Yeah, she pushed too much.
僕は父さんと一緒にここに残る。
Oh, wow.
母さんは強い。きっとどこででもやっていける。
Wow. Oh, dang.
Okay.
月に1回は会いに戻ってくるわ。
Once a month. Jeez.
ブチャラティが本能で感じ取った通り、母親は村を出ると2年後にはミラノの男性と再婚。
But his dad.
クリスマスの時だけとなってしまう。
Yeah.
そろそろお客さんが来るんじゃない？
ああ、もうそんな時間か。
網の張り替えは僕がやっておくよ。
そうか。じゃあこっちは頼む。
時間を使って観光客や釣り客を
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
そして運命の車輪は確実に回転していく。
俺たちはその島で釣りがしたいんだ。黙って運んでくれりゃいいんだよ。なあ
Oh.
夕方、体中を銃
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Crap. This boy just has had just the roughest life. And everything was so great just before.
Yeah.
現場にこれが落ちていた。お父さんはどうやら麻薬の取引を目撃してしまった。
Oh.
口封じで撃たれたよ。
Wow.
そんなもののために父さんは。
And that's where his motivation comes from.
Mm-hmm.
幸運にもブチャラティ
Oh, good.
Okay.
Wow.
7発もの銃弾を浴びたが、
Oh.
Wow.
So he definitely needed Bucciarati nearby after this.
ブチャラティの人生にとってはむしろ
Oh,
促
yeah.
進してくれていた方が幸運だったのかもしれない。
Oh, no. No, come on.
Jeez.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, Bruno.
Okay.
Oh. What a badass. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
That's like a zipper
Yeah,
tearing
uh-huh.
open a hole. Oh. Oh.
僕が守るよ。
Oh.
心配しないで。安心してゆっくりと直して。
Holy crap.
このブチャラティは12歳にして殺人を犯し、この親子を守ってくれるのは町を裏で支配する組織だけだった。
Wow.
ブチャラティは組織の門を叩く。
Wow.
そして組織への
And offered up his whole life, basically, for his father.
Okay.
Jeez. Okay.
後、ブチャラティの父親は後遺症を起こしたまま死亡。ブチャラティ
Wow.
は父親と自分を巻き込んだ欲望の白い粉を憎み、許さないと心に誓う。
家族のことは忘れる。そ
Oh.
死んでからでは後悔もできないからな。お前もギャングなら。
肉の売買に自分が正義と信じた組織のボスが自ら手を染め
Yeah.
たことを知る。
Mm-hmm.
あろうことかこの町で禁じ手じゃなかったのか。ボスは今吐き気を催す邪悪とは
Whoa.
知らぬ無知なるものを利用する。
And now we have all that context.
Oh no, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
許さねえ。あんたは今再び俺の
Oh. Oh, dang. Okay. No way. Holy crap. Wow. Just to crap. No.
No. Come on.
Don't you know you don't...
No, come on, Bucciolati.
Yeah, dude, you have no idea how everything with Trish
Someone
getting...
this paranoid? No.
But thankfully, the boss is still, being traced.
Right, so
Giorno's
get
getting
the others.
This. But things should have deviated at this point to where potentially the squads...
See, what they really should have done is they should have had two. One to track Bucciolati and one to track the boss.
Right. Oh, I'm getting like major Dio and Polnareff vibes here.
Yeah.
The stairway and the shadows. Oh.
And he's dressed way nicer than he was in the place.
Oh. Oh my god.
No, don't do it.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Whoa, what? What just happened there? Oh my god.
私は今回のお前の仕事ぶりに尊敬の念を抱いていたのに。トリッシュが目を覚ましたら、父親など最初からいなかったと伝えておこう。娘のことはお前には何の関係もない。貴様に俺の心は永遠にわかるま。
Oh!
降りたところ約2メートルの柱のそばにいます。
Crap, no.
何かただならぬことが。
There he is. Wait, what?
柱の影にいたのは俺だ。
Whoa! Whoa!
何が起きて。
What the hell?
見せてやったのだ。最後だから教えてやろう。お前がたった今目撃し。
What?
Hold on.
数秒過去のお前が未来のお前自身を見たのだ。これが我が
King Crimson.
能力。時間を消し去って飛び越えさせた。
Oh!
Oh, come on!
Oh!
Come on!
Oh! He's getting Kakyoin, yeah.
お前のトリッシュ護衛の任務はこれにて終了だ。
Oh, jeez!
No.
I mean, they showed us the backstory and everything.
I know.
They built it up.
But, I mean...
Of all the squad members, like, to go first. He was the one I didn't want to go first.
But he's the one that has to, because he's the one that was the glue that kept them all together.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Okay, so... I don't know if I'm just being in denial here. But he could be okay. So...
I'm pretty sure Araki chose specifically the gut-busting punch through the chest, stomach area as a callback to Kakyoin.
Yeah, but just hear me out. Theoretically, Giorno could get there. He could patch him up. You know, he might already be on the way. They did the thing of him calling Giorno, so that's something that is happening, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's run with that. In the past, when a character has died in JoJo's, they go,
this person
so-and-so has now died.
Right.
You're right. This is the cliffhanger of sorts.
And having it end with the wound, but not showing the after effect of the wound,
This
right?
is what JoJo's has done to us, y'all.
Like, I mean,
we're like, he could be alive. He's super dead.
No,
like, Jacob, okay, here's the reasons why.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably dead. One, they built up the idea a lot this episode that this was not a trap necessarily, but some form of it for Bruno, for Bucciarati here. When we realized that, like, however he got Trish out of there, like, he was able to do that, he has way more power than Bucciarati ever could.
Yes, definitely.
Way more.
Yeah.
And the idea is that once that happened and he went to go after the boss, he had to lose. He had to lose.
No, I get that. But
now, whether or not he's dead, though, let's think about it this way. In order for them to have him be saved, it has to be Giorno, right?
Yeah.
If Giorno shows up, here's the problem. That means that Giorno has to then face the boss.
Yeah.
And it's only episode 20, Jacob.
No, I get that. But okay, if you think about it, what are the things that are still hanging in the air here?
Risotto. Yep.
Trish's stand.
Yes.
And the fact that the boss is the main antagonist, essentially, of this part.
He's the main antagonist to Giorno.
Right. And now to Bucciarati as well. If Bucciarati survives.
That's true.
They're only halfway through. One of the things that this part has done is it's made it so that the stands and the battles and everything that happened, there was a reason for them, right? The Hitman Squad, right? That was a great way of doing that.
Right.
There's only one person left in the Hitman Squad. Now, granted, maybe I'm taking a bit too much from part 4, but it seems like this might be the way that they need to at least have the identity of the boss in order to have the boss continue to be the antagonist, because otherwise, how do they find him again? The boss will disappear, right? The only way that they were able to...
He's got a tracker on him. He doesn't know that yet.
That's true.
Well, he might know now because he might know now. The cell phone
exactly. But I feel like there's more that needs to happen here immediately, because even if he doesn't notice the tracker now, he's going to notice soon eventually, right? And if nothing happens here, I feel like the boss should be able to get away, given how skilled he is at staying hidden. Like the fact that he's like,
just look at his stands ability.
Yeah. So we have limited time travel now.
Right. It's King Crimson. It's another form of time manipulation.
Yeah.
It very much harkens back to Dio in a lot of ways. As far as like what he actually did, as far as I understand it here, he in the future put the tracker on Bruno. Bruno, from the past, identified the tracker as being there. He went and attacked himself from the future there.
Yeah.
The stand made this possible. So it either presents not necessarily a gateway of sorts or allows multiple timelines to exist simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean...
But it's screwing with time in a way that is... is more powerful in some ways than even Dio, because while this guy could potentially just get shot in a way that Dio couldn't.
Right, this guy actually has a reason to be paranoid.
Right. His ability has the ability to move time rather than just stop.
Right. It's not necessarily more powerful as a baseline, but it's one of those things where he can do things that you just shouldn't be able to do. Right? Dio, the only way you could beat him is have someone else that can move during the stops of time. Because otherwise, Dio, anybody, they're just dead. Right? But, oh boy. Okay.
Also, Dio was a vampire. So.
Also that too. Right.
But wow, what a crazy stand ability to bring up here.
And Risotto's still out there.
Like, Risotto's still out there, so I think he's being saved for later.
They might end up needing to team up with Risotto against the boss.
That would be awesome.
Like that would be sick.
What I would really love to see here is, regardless of whether or not Bucciarati lives, the problem is that I don't see him. Because this mirrors in some ways what potentially could be what they were kind of setting up within his backstory, but not only his backstory, kind of the ways that he's helped everyone else. The guy that helps everyone else eventually needs to be helped.
Yes, and given that everyone's been relying on him, it makes sense that this matches up with the whole idea of in the hero's journey, the mentor being taken away. That way the heroes have to stand on their own 2 feet. Right. Especially given that none of the group has really trusted Giorno fully. You know? Like, the idea that now, okay, the person that did trust Giorno is gone. Like, right. You know, like...
Yeah. So what I could see being really... really intense here.
Yeah.
Is that they blame Giorno for the fact that this happened because of that little exchange there, because of the
essentially
the bit there.
But Giorno wanted to go,
well, right. But I'm just saying, like, this whole thing happening, the fact that he had a cell phone on him and what have you, he's speaking to Giorno.
Yeah.
What's happening on the other end is going to lead to all these young guys who see Bucciarati as kind of like their their father, like their older brother, you know, like someone who's
mom and dad all wrapped up into one.
Mom, dad, older brother, all that, just family, you know.
Yeah.
And if he's taken away from them, or even even if he gets nearly killed and he's okay, like they are going to boot Giorno like hard out of the group.
The weird thing though is that Giorno, because in a lot of cases, they'll blame Giorno because he was talking to Giorno, so it's because of you that he went and he deviated from the plan, right?
You did something to him,
right? However, Giorno is also the one that can heal him, so you know it's like,
it's gonna be awkward.
It's gonna be awkward.
But if Bucciarati lives. This is why I almost don't think he can live.
Yeah.
If he lives, he can get the whole group on the same page before just anything else happens. But if that happens, it becomes a chase you kind of thing.
Okay,
where
sure.
It's the party hunting the boss, and he then sends every member of the organization after them.
As opposed to, if he does die... What it instead becomes is we need to get the band back together. Right? Because then Giorno will be in a lot of ways, like, because
Abbacchio will like make sure of it. He'll be like, no, you're out of here.
Yeah, you're done, right? Right. So if Giorno isn't able to save Bucciarati, then there you go. That's a great thing to happen. They need to rescue Trish. I mean, maybe Trish just dies. Maybe she gets away. You know, who knows what happens there? Maybe that's how we get a perspective on the boss post this, is that he actually keeps Trish close by. You know,
I don't think he's going to kill Trish.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
Like if you think about it, you know, from his perspective, it's like, oh, she's still alive. She lost a hand, but you know, that was his ability to make it so that no one ever sees my face, right?
Right.
But then we can have something where Giorno has to go after each of them one by one because, you know, say the band splits up, right? And then he has to get them on his side and be like,
do the Bruno Bucciarati thing,
right? Exactly.
And basically meet them where they're at, because they're all going to be basically like depressed and falling back into old
potentially
patterns.
Want to kill him if he shows up.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know, so boy,
like I like either scenario, but I really love getting the band together, getting the band back together,
right? Because
way
it's something,
more,
right? Because it's something where then there's a reason for this being halfway through the show, and for how they're going to have the rest of the show go in a way that still feels like meaningful. Because otherwise, like if you just introduce a bunch of random new stand users, right? You know, it's like, well, how does that work exactly? Even in part 4, after we had the Chase U, which was at the end of the second third, right? Not halfway point. There were still a bunch of other stand users that didn't really matter, you know?
Sure.
Like, and it's like, okay, all right, when are we going to get back to Kira? So in this situation here, if instead, you know, Giorno's got 5, potentially 6, you know, if you count Trish, I think that's how it works, right? Yeah, that's yes, 5, 6 if you include
5.
Trish. Or wait, no,
it's
4
5?
because Bucciarati would be dead.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
5 including Trish, where... And then potentially 6 with Risotto. Potentially 6 with Risotto.
Okay, I want to actually throw out an idea here. I think that Risotto, being still alive at this point, but going after the boss specifically, the enemy of my enemy is a friend, I would think if anything, it's not that they'll team up. It's that they'll just share info.
Okay.
It's the idea of this is what happened to our capo. This is what happened to Bucciarati. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Risotto will be like, you know, I respected Bucciarati. I never really liked him, but I respected him.
And y'all killed a bunch of my friends.
Right, and I hold no ill will against you. Like, he seems like the kind of guy who's like, I am all that in a bag of chips.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
I don't need petty revenge or anything like that. If anything, I set my sights on something higher.
Yeah, he wants to rule the organization.
I'm going to rule this organization.
Right, and that can be a great thing where they team up, but they're also like, you know, ready to stab the other person in the back. Yeah.
And I also want more intrigue stuff within the mafia kind of dynamic. So I feel like Bucciarati has to die because he forms a hard reset on the direction of the story. Yeah, this is the final order. This was the final quest.
Yep.
So they can now go, we have a new quest. We have a new journey. But the person that needs to decide that is Giorno because, you know, he's the main character. But not only that, if he decides it, that means he's coming at this from a position of authority and, you know, just impetus. But the rest of the squad, maybe only one or two of them will actually like side with him. Like, if anything, it might not be that the band disperses all one to different places. It might be that like maybe Mista stays with Giorno and Abacchio's like no, and it basically is the same thing of the divorce, and it's Narancia. You can choose me and Fugo or Mista and Giorno, and Narancia's just like, can mom and dad just stop fighting?
Well, and that's the thing. I think that's what will happen, except because, like, herd mentality, Giorno is still the newcomer.
Yeah, that's true.
Will be able to convince the others of no. He needs to go.
That's possible, yeah.
And then that could be a thing where then Giorno has to win them over one at a time all over again.
Maybe they formed their own group though. So it's not actually about getting the band back together. It's
because they're going to be outside of the mafia or whatever. Anyways, because the boss killed Bucciarati. So
and let's be real. The only reason why they would probably think like we're not going to die is because we followed orders. Like we did everything,
and we
just
don't
fine.
know what he looks like.
We don't know anything.
Like
but they do know some locations. So
Yep.
If we're thinking in real time, what they actually do right here, they
first try and save Bucciarati.
Well, no, but that's the thing. They can't do that. That's the thing. If they do that, they will die. And also, they don't know that Bucciarati's dead.
Well, okay.
So if they break the protocol, that's them basically saying Bucciarati is considered dead at that point too.
So at this point, they know that Bucciarati has broken protocol, right? Because they know that that he is within close proximity to the boss and potential. You know, so Bucciarati.
So you want the cavalry to arrive and just still not be enough?
Well, what I want. Well, here's the thing. I want the cavalry to arrive and find Bucciarati dead.
I know. So how not be?
So he gets. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, but there needs to be that definitive like Bucciarati got Kakyoined, right? Mm-hmm. They need to see that, right? They need to have that gruesome, stark image in their head that then makes them boot Giorno out, right?
Right. But it's also the same thing that will be the image later when they all decide we're going to go take down the boss together.
Exactly. Yes.
And
they'll have a strong lie. Yeah. This will be for Bucciarati.
This will be for Bruno. This will be for Bucciarati. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. Also, can we mention here that in the same episode as they did a callback to Caesar in Volume 2?
Well, that was just a little thing. That's an Easter egg.
I know. But then they essentially had a Caesar where
it was
there was no cross, but it was at a church, you know, and then the person goes in essentially by themselves, you know, and chases after the bad guy when you know they shouldn't, right? And then they end up brutally getting killed.
Right. It's different from the scenario with regards to Kakyoin because Kakyoin was trying to determine the standability of Dio. But in this case, it was a character doing the I will take on the burden myself kind of moment.
And they hadn't done any like real callbacks that I can remember to Part 2, you know? This is very much its own thing that's very separate from like the other Joe Bros and things like that. And then they just did that there, and it's like, okay, maybe that's nothing, right? But it feels like too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah, there's also the dynamic in the OP where it's the idea of like, even if it's against gods or what have you, you know, the idea that, you know, in some ways then God's judgment, you know, the boss being kind of the leader of the organization and they're in the church or what have you, just came down and smote, you know, Bruno. Which, by the way, I actually really like just calling him Bruno. Because for some reason, like, the name Bucciarati feels so elegant and impersonal. It feels like it's the kind of thing of like, I respect you. We are not friends, but I just respect you.
You're super awesome. Whereas Bruno is like...
Bruno's like, he's a good boy. This is Bruno. This is Bruno the kid. This is Bruno the kid that took on all the burdens himself.
I know.
Specifically to take care of family. That is his character.
That's why he needs to be okay. Like,
well, that's why he has to die.
But maybe
because he is the perfect, like you said, he is the perfect reason for them to all go out to the end of this and end it.
Oh man.
Okay, let's talk about the boss though. So the boss is not necessarily a wanton murderer. I want to bring this up here. The boss did not do anything to harm Bucciarati until he actually encountered him there.
And even when he was down there,
he's like, I'm giving you one chance.
Right. I've really respected how you did everything up till now. You know.
Now, he does have a God complex, you know, I won't have my dominance, you know, jeopardized in any way.
He also didn't kill Trish.
He also did not kill Trish.
He cut off her hand,
which probably sent her into shock and passed out.
I mean, he's definitely amoral, shall we say.
There you go.
But the thing is that he did not kill her.
Right.
And if he wanted to just kill her to end the link, he would have just taken off her head there in the elevator instead, right? And then just disappeared, and that would have been it, right?
The themes of family in this episode were really strong in that we saw essentially what was a good father needing to protect, needing to be protected by the son. In this case, we have a twisted father who feels like he needs to protect himself, and then you have the good boy who feels like he needs to protect not only his family, but the city from this man.
Right. Yep. So, well, because his family's a big family.
Well, because he has a lot of people in his family. He has taken responsibility and ownership over, in some ways, this whole country just because they are underneath the boot of this man. So he sees him as evil. But in some ways, I don't feel like it's going to be so black and white. I feel like with regards to Bruno is that this guy is definitely scum. Like, he is definitely someone who, you know, deals in drugs and, you know, he's a messed up guy. But I think with regards to family, who he considers family, we're going to see potentially something unique, something different.
And that's why I kind of want Trish to get taken away. That way we can characterize him a bit more, because we've done a great job of making us Araki's done a great job of making us hate him with what little we have seen of him, but we don't fully know him as a character. If they do something, they don't, like, Araki doesn't have to, but if he does something where the boss takes away Trish, right? Because we do need to find out, like, Trish's stand and all that stuff, and maybe that's something that they're saving for way later, you know? But that would be an excuse, if you will, to have there be a perspective focus on the boss.
Right. I like that.
Outside of the fighting.
I like that, for sure. I actually don't think that Araki has been building him up necessarily to be pure evil, though. I don't think that's been the case. I think what they've done here, if anything, is showcase a guy who is so paranoid and isolated and completely separate himself from even his own organization. And we don't know how long this has been going on here. I think the fact that it's easy to put the it's so easy to basically blame the number one guy and basically say, like, all the things that are happening here are all because of the boss. And it's got a decent chance of being right.
And he's definitely a dick.
But I don't think we've seen him do anything personally and this is why I wanted to make the distinction there. We don't see him doing anything personally because we haven't spent time seeing him do anything that is evil.
Well, and
we have seen him threaten, warn, and have ego tripping like out the wazoo stuff. Right. But
and it's all. But the thing is that also isn't necessarily because he doesn't want to do it, but because he doesn't want to get his hands dirty in a way that other people could see. Like
he might be an ascetic monk type person who like wears just rags and just wants to be completely removed from the world. Except that was actually
that was actually one of the weird things.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, bring that up.
Now maybe it was because he had to actually go out in public in order to then go to this church, so he couldn't just go around in a ratty cloak.
Right? He needs to have a disguise. Yeah,
right. He needs to have a disguise, and because no one sees his face, his own face is a disguise well enough, right?
But then, wouldn't a nice suit draw more attention to you?
I mean, maybe it's a nice area, whatever. Everyone in JoJo's is stylish, right?
That's true.
How Bruno and the gang, don't like turn every head, on the street, when they just walk around. It's a wonder. But maybe that's what it was. But at the same time, because we're seeing him for the first time in sort of his revealed state, I'm not sure if this is something where he is sort of putting it on with intention with regard to what is happening here. Not just in a utilitarian fashion of, I need to, blend in so that I can go to the church and not have people, spot me, right? But if there's something more to it.
It might be for his daughter. This is my thought here.
Okay.
Is that he's specifically thinking, when I meet my daughter, I don't want her to see me as I really am.
Sure.
Like, the idea that he is actually a scared, cowardly guy that's thrown himself completely away from society. Yeah, we know that at the very least. But he might be doing this as I am going to prepare myself to be able to put on heirs to my daughter so that I'm a powerful man. Yeah. And when I, meet her, I want her to maybe, this is probably where it's going to get a little, not necessarily creepy, but just an idea of where his amoral aspects are going to come out here, is that he's going to be a little bit commanding in a way that
definitely
a not so great father would be of his daughter.
I mean,
and that's specifically something maybe he thought he wouldn't be able to do in his garb that he had when we saw him actually alone. Because I'll tell you, when people are actually alone, that's
true colors.
That's their true colors right there. Yep.
One of the other things that I think is interesting here is, given the fact that everything happened so quickly as far as Trish being whisked away, she won't know any of the stuff that happens unless she wakes up. One of the other things that I was wondering is if she would end up waking up, see what happened to Bruno, and then basically her stand would awaken or something, and it would complicate things enough that the Joe Bros, Giorno, and the others would be able to get there, and then he'd be able to be healed. I don't know if that could totally be something that's saved for way later too.
Okay.
But the idea that where was my train of thought? Crap. I just lost it.
That's okay.
But basically it would complicate things with the boss, and then there would be something where right. But if she doesn't wake up, then he could tell her anything, right? She wouldn't know that he killed Bruno. She wouldn't know any of this stuff. And she's been nervous about meeting him because she's never met him before. And if this is something where it's for his daughter, right, then he could tell her, whatever.
It's true.
But yeah.
I just got to say, I like that, yes, we are doing time muckery again.
Yeah.
We were right about the clock, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they basically have a big bad who, gave us Dio vibes and has, Kakyoined one of our best boys. And, it's potentially not as strong as the world.
Oh, I think it's definitely not as strong. But
I think it can do actually crazier things.
Yes, it can do crazier things, but
because I actually don't know what the limitation is. Because he made mention that it was a few seconds into the future.
Right, but, and that's a good limitation. If that's what it is,
but we don't know why Bruno was able to see that.
Because I think it's actually, they could get into the actual time thing, and the idea is that, like, he's actually, depending on whether you go with the changing of one timeline or whether it's the creation of an alternate timeline, and and if it's that, then he can theoretically pull as many people from different timelines as he wants. Right? And it doesn't have any effect. It's not like now there's a paradox because Bucciolati doesn't actually end up in that position because he saw the thing and that caused him to change things and all that stuff.
Let me actually
Butterfly
go back
effects
to the
makes
visuals
time
of this.
crazy. But but it's something where it can inherently make a lot more interesting fights, I feel like, a lot more dynamic fights, because in the case of Dio, like, it was kind of boring in the sense of the fight, right? Dio had the presentation and everything that could make it be terrifying and so much more.
The sound effects were awesome.
Everything in the way it was presented and everything was absolutely stellar. But if you think about the actual mechanics of the fight, there is only one way it can go. You have to have someone else that can move around while time stopped, or there needs to be something that makes them unable to stop time. Because while time is stopped, they automatically win, right? Like, that's just how it goes. In this, it's something different. So we'll have to see how exactly he uses it. But as far as what he could theoretically do with it, just about anything.
So here's the thing that I would naturally think up if I had some kind of ability like this, is that I think we actually see something like this happen here. So he does an attack rush at him. He sees him for a split second. When this happens, he's actually hitting what looks like the boss.
Right.
Then punches, it shows Bruno realizing that he's attacking himself. But then in this moment here, he realizes that it's him. When this happens, there's like the past Bruno fading and coalescing into the future one.
Right.
As if basically the time gap was closed because the world's time caught up to the point where the future self was. So he's
and then suddenly the new one, the one that he ripped out, becomes the one in that.
Now, what I would think as a great limitation with regards to this are the kinds of things that a lot of other anime do. It can only affect one person at a time. It can only do it for a certain duration of time. The problem that happened with Dio, and this is the thing that they didn't really ever go into with Dio, but I think they'll do it here, and they have to, is what's the recharge time? How often can you do this? I will tell you that the fact that they built up in the past, that the boss was like, he never, no one ever got close to him. Anyone that tried to find out his identity, they ended up dead. They disappeared. They're gone. There's nothing. I'll just say that any kind of ability that mucks with time, the idea that maybe he could move someone into an alternate dimension and then like close the gap, and they're just gone.
Well, and
they just don't exist.
Well, one of the other crazy things too is that, since he's pulling from a future that essentially didn't happen, and then it ends up being corrected to make sure it happens, that means he could theoretically pull them from, like, butterfly effect, multiverse, there could be anything that is different in that future that he decides to pull from. Now, granted, given that it's, maybe if it's just a few seconds, maybe it can't be quite that different, right?
But in terms of action economy for a fight,
it's stupid.
It's
also
a form of mind control in a lot of ways. But what it also is here, what if he uses it on himself?
That is another
this is
great
the
question.
ultimate defensive ability in that he can direct his own future. Within the present.
Well, and that's probably what he did in order to make it so that he was able to get Trish and get out so quickly, right? Because it's just, he exists there for however long he needs to in order to have the thing happen, then he exists somewhere else, right? Like, actually, the cooldown might be in the effect that if he uses it on himself, he has to wait for whatever time he goes into the future in order to pull the one from, for that to get to that point so that it can update. Right?
Well, we also know he physically had to leave the elevator. Because he blew a hole through the top corner.
Yes.
And then they saw him physically going down the elevator shaft. Bruno did.
Right.
So in that respect, he does have to physically do a lot of things.
Although theoretically, it could be something where there was a future where in order to get to that future he did those things, but the version of him in this current existence didn't do those things because it's still updates.
Transported there.
Right. It's still when it reaches that point.
Let's throw out the number of abilities you could do with something like this. Teleportation.
Yeah.
Time manipulation within regards to like defensive kind of stuff there. You can mind control effectively someone's choices.
Well, yeah. Well, also
you can alter fate. Basically, that's what that is.
Yeah. Okay. One of the other things that's terrifying.
We're
about
just getting
this,
started at the big ones. There are little ones you could do as well.
One of the other things that's super terrifying about this: did we ever see his stand hit Bruno? No. Like before, when he punched through him, yes.
Yeah.
But in order to actually do the thing where he causes the rift,
grabs sticky fingers. So it's not here.
Oh, when he grabs him from around the pillar?
Yeah. So that is. What you just saw was yourself from the future. That is my King Crimson's ability. It erased time, then leapt past it. Oh. He's just literally telling us what he's doing. So he's actually like consuming the time, like blotting it out.
Yeah,
and then jumping ahead. So that's actually even more terrifying because what he's saying is that in that time that I erased, I could have been doing things. Like he doesn't necessarily have to have been, and that would make it a little bit weaker. But, I mean, that's what the ability is.
Well, yeah, it's also something where he could essentially phase out of existence for a while. You know.
No matter who dares to try, I will not allow my enduring dominance to be disrupted. I must ensure that you disappear without a trace. Oh, right. So actually go back here.
Right, because there's the point where it does grab Sticky Finger's arm.
Yeah.
From around the corner, and that's...
Yeah, where was that?
Because if so, then that's a good limitation. Because one of the things that I was concerned about is he essentially punching the future one that doesn't exist yet? Because
here it is. It's right when he went to come around the pillar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of freaky. It looks like it's two hands.
It might be.
You see that?
Yeah, but 4 fingers on each side.
But it looks like only one arm.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a visual mistake.
Or maybe it's just that like there's supposed to be 2, but they don't quite.
Okay, so that's a potential limitation. He needs to grab you with one or both hands.
And if that's the case, that helps a lot. Because otherwise you can just do it on anybody from anything, and then you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to just punch right here, and you're translocated to here, and boom, you're impaled through the chest. Like right. How do you defend against that? If that's a limitation, then there you go.
I have just been waiting for this also, actually. Once we started to get an idea of what the boss's stand ability was, how
does Giorno counter it?
Well, like not only how does Giorno counter it, but what use are the members of the squad? You know who actually seems to be the most useful now?
Abacchio. Oh yeah.
He can trace things back.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My thought actually with regards to
my God.
boss. Yeah. Wait for it. The thing that's actually potentially the weakness of the boss is he can't interact with the past.
Right.
That's what Abacchio can.
Well, and that's a good point.
Shoot.
Man. Yeah. So they can have Bruno be totally dead. They have no idea what happened. Abacchio does his stand on Bruno.
Right.
Well, now, okay. The thing is,
I'm hyped now.
Hold on. The boss said that he was going to make Bruno disappear without a trace. Mm-hmm. He needs to have Bruno actually disappear without a trace because if Abacchio reverses Bruno, he'll see the point where there's the time translocation, right? Mm-hmm. Like that'll basically.
He might see nothing. He might see like Bruno and then just a gap of time.
Right, but the thing is that is a shit ton of evidence from which they could try and figure out.
Yes, exactly. Is that once they if they ever come back here to try and figure out what it is, Abacchio does specifically,
right,
because they might literally just leave for fear of what could come to them. If that happens, I want Abacchio's little thing with the literal timer, on it or what have you.
Oh, yeah, and it has the timer.
To be moving and what have you, and then it'll just go, and it'll jump 6 minutes into the future or something. Right. And it'll be like, what just happened?
So
what just happened?
Okay.
All right. I think we should end the discussion here, though. Like we've gotten to some really good stuff here.
If he's dead,
this is the halfway point in the story.
Yeah, this is how you do a mid-season finale.
How you do a mid-season finale.
Oh, man.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep, I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's really cool. And it's on Amazon if you want to get it. Link in the description below. Hardback and ebook within the US and all that, and ebook outside the US. Go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.